Your brain fascinates me. You're clearly an extraordinary man, okay? There are times where you want to look at a piece of art and be brought to tears. Do you cry
No.
at mood? Like, are you
No.
always cracking jokes in your head, like with this ironic stance? Like, if you feel emotion welling in you, do you have to pivot into like cynicism and kind of like
I
deconstructing
don't
in a
think I'm a
comedic
cynical
fashion?
person
Just
at
saying,
all.
do you tear up at movies? Like when
No.
you watch Interstellar, the end of
No,
Interstellar,
what are
for
you
example.
talking about? I don't tear up at movies. I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to go look at a painting and go, boo hoo. That's
Yeah.
not going to happen to me. No.
It's fascinating. I know our brains are wired differently. I just am always curious as to the extent of it. So you don't put on movies. You don't.
When I go to a
Yes.
museum, when I go to a great museum and I'm walking,
Yes.
I'm thinking, what's funny about this? I'm
Right.
not laughing. Where's the gags?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I remember I stared at Guernica for like half an hour. I'm like, I don't get it. Nobody's laughing.
Right.
And I've had that experience many times. I looked at Michelangelo's David. You probably have a very specific pronunciation for Michelangelo's David, don't you?
Davide.
Yeah. I looked at Davide. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't get it. It's a guy with his cock hanging out in the wind. What's the big deal? Where's the laugharoos? That's me.
What I'm saying is when you're alone and there's no audience, do you like, it's like late at night and you're watching like a movie like the end scene of Gladiator. Are you like cracking jokes in your head at completely
look at him.
inopportune
He's
times?
dying and it looks like they put him on a skateboard.
Okay.
And they're dragging him around.
Yeah, I know the shot you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. He's got wheels on his back.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, he's a skateboard. Hey, they should put UPS boxes on him and use him to move packages around. That's how they could use the Gladiator. Hey, he's dying, but hey, we can still move these boxes. That's a funny bit. I better call my writers and get them working on it. The Gladiator. Greatest way to move packages.
See, that's your curse. You bring so much
Curse, blessing, I say.
You bring so much
Blessing.
joy. You bring so much joy, and you have such an extraordinary mind. But your curse is you can't shut it off, and you're tortured 24/7 by cracking jokes, by feeling the need to crack jokes to every emotional event that happens.
Shutting
don't
it
you get
off. I mean,
lost?
who wants to shut off Willy Wonka's chocolate fountain? Nobody.
Don't you want to get lost in a beautiful moment?
Oh, boo-hoo. No, I don't want to get lost. I want a GPS at all times. You're saying, oh, isn't it the great tragedy of my life is that these gems sometimes have to stop. No one else is thinking that. Everyone else is saying, give me more of them gems.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate the gems?
I'm saying there's a time and a place for everything. There are times that I want gems, and then there are times.
A time to sow, a time to reap, a time for you to go to sleep, a time to refrain from embraces.
Yeah. What do you got there, Frankie?
You want a birthday card?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look
Thank
at
you.
that.
Well, that's
Sorry about
Jesus, you did that very well, Frank.
that. Thank you.
Frank was a magician's assistant for 8 seconds before he was fired.
one.
That's nice. You're wearing a nice hat.
That's right. One may think after so many decades that your extraordinary mind doesn't necessarily impress me on a daily basis. Even I have thought these things sometimes. But then every once in a while, there's something like the Hot Ones appearance, and I'm newly amazed all over again. I mean, that was just a fantastic master class.
Oh, please.
I mean, there's so much to say about it. I appreciated the show. I appreciated the host. I appreciated a quality of the host that reminded me of you back on the old late night show, in that in the late night show, you created a venue to showcase comedy and let that comedy shine, even if in that particular moment, it wasn't you personally shining. And I think they have a great format, very clever in that it disarms the guest and presents more accurate depiction of the true guest. But they also, as much as their format, they're not rigid about their format, and they allowed you, they knew you came in with material. Your great strength was you were always there as much or as little as your guest needed you to be. So if you had someone like Martin Short and Tom Hanks that came with material, you knew when to shut up and kind of let them do their thing. And if you were with someone that needed some assistance, you were there to give some support. And I think it's kind of the same thing. He knew that you came with material, and he was happy to kind of let you run with it.
This is a great sleep machine, by the way.
First of all, I thought the host was great. The host was obviously well researched, which has been discussed.
First of all, this is a compliment.
Yes.
Now, when he drones on, but it's a compliment, I let him go.
Yeah. Well, we have free time on this show. We can. This is free time. This is part of. I have the floor. I have the floor.
Whoa.
This is what I choose to talk about.
You know what I love? You're demanding.
Yes.
You're demanding respect while wearing a pointy hat. You were demanding. I have the floor. I have the floor.
Yes.
And you're dressed like a jester, a chimp, a chump.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. I will be taken seriously. Time to get in your clown car there, Binky.